Good morning. How we doing? 9 a.m. Back at it again. Back at it. We're back. Peep this little daily imbalance right here. Back at it again. Yeah. Daily imbalance. From this candle's high to this candle's low. Hitting that. Reaction off. Good morning. You can't use indicators, man. They're all paid. Please do something, man. You can do it manually. You don't have to, the indicator just helps you do it automatically. You can mark all this stuff out manually. You can trade gold in Apex now. I also heard they're unbanning people at Apex. So if you got banned on like the evals and stuff, check your account. I know some people who were banned and they already bought 20 accounts. They're back at it. Beautiful sunny day. I agree. We'll let everyone trickle in here before I get down into the weeds. Before we get our hands down and dirty. Yes, sir. All right. Well, it's 9:07 right now. In the chat, 78% of people are bullish. Right? I'm kind of leaning bullish too on the indices. Kind of had a weird closure here. Indecision, right? We came up, created this upper wick, came down, created the lower wick, and then closed back above previous day high right here. So kind of indecision on this day. Just some back and forth action, right? And then we had a sell off overnight, taking out previous day low, hitting this imbalance right here on the daily, and we're seeing a reaction off that. So daily profile wise, this right here, Asia, London, New York. This just looks like an intraday reversal to go higher, right? You do have equal lows right here, but this is expansion met with expansion, right? And we expanded off this daily imbalance, respected this bullish PD array right here, and moved higher. So we've also disrespected these imbalances up in here. So I'm bullish, right? Be nice to take out this high day, current high day. Want to see a pullback. A POI for me would probably be these down close candles on the hourly. Also, you have some SMT here on these lows. The 4 hour. So that's that. But I'm liking the structure off this daily imbalance for longs. As for gold, I was bearish on gold. You can see it opened up, Swept out a high. SMT there with silver. Candle 2 closure there. It expanded some, it came back up on the candle 4, and then it just dumps. So, unless you were trading at 9 a.m. last night, you probably missed this to previous day low right here. But we were bearish on oil yesterday. We were bearish on gold yesterday. We're bearish on gold today as well. We swept out this daily low that I marked out the other day. Still have this low, 50% of the wick, and then this low down here to target. So we can keep that line on there actually. Yeah, you're kind of in this, Asia expanded down. There we go. You should be able to see the time now. Forgot my thing was full screen. But then you had this drop, hit this POI, and we popped back into this leg here. So I don't know if you're going to see another sell-off today. Could see it kind of grind down a bit if it's going to stay bearish. And then tomorrow or overnight, you might see that another accelerated move to the downside to one of these levels. But we can watch. We'll have watch on gold. Personally, I want like a pullback around the open so I can get long on the indices off this imbalance here. Pretty much all I'm watching. So we covered bias. News we had at 8:30. We're going to do our giveaway as always. So I'm bullish on indices, bearish on gold. News, nothing really, except at 8:30 news. We have 10 o'clock home sales and some speaker at 2, but that's kind of outside the scope of things I care about, honestly. We're trading in the morning. And then, yeah, we're giving away one of these indicators. So whoever is complaining that it's too expensive, you can mark it out manually, or you can, win the giveaway. We're giving away 2 of these this week in the Discord. We're giving 1 of these away each stream we do. So literally all I use for POIs is highs, lows, imbalances, and order blocks. That's it. So yeah, like I said, if you're gonna have a long wick on a day like this, generally that's a reversal day, which we're seeing off this imbalance. Candle 2 closure probably if we're gonna go higher. So generally, if you're gonna have a long wick, it's not gonna be an expansion day. So we're looking to close candle 2 here back inside the range off this imbalance, this POI, then we could easily get a setup Friday to go to all-time highs again. So that right there, could be the move. A nice win to end the week. Easy bias going into tomorrow, depending on how we close today. But like I said, we have SMT at these lows. YM. So a nice 4-hour closure here would be the same as a 4-hour closure here sweeping a low. So I could look for like 15-minute entries. You can monitor this imbalance here to go higher. Personally, on days like this where you have long wicks on the daily candle, instead of you know, smaller wicks like we have on these expansion days here. We have long wicks like this. I'm usually looking for more of a scalp versus like an intraday trade in like a 15-minute that I'm going to hold for like an hour or two, you know? Because you already used up a lot of the daily range, creating that wick. So we'll see. We got 15 minutes to the open. I mean, oil. Kind of just gapping around. Gap down. Not really interested in trading oil. Yes, also in this new week opening gap. Previous day low swept. And Q looking stronger. Y I'm looking weaker. So really just waiting. For a pullback to get long. Would like to take it long up to this high. Let's see how on the hourly is SMT at these lows right here. So I'm willing to trade a continuation higher. If this forms right here, I'm probably not going to take that because we have how many minutes until the open? 12. So this candle will close in the next 2 minutes. Then we'll have 2 more 5-minute candles until 9:30 open. And like we've seen, volatility can just kind of sweep a low, then take it, right? I don't want to put my stop here on that volatility. So basically that's what happened yesterday. If we go back yesterday, where was it? Maybe it was 2 days ago. Might have been 2 days ago. Yeah, we've seen it plenty of time where you might have a projected swing form in a continuation, but that 9:30 volatility knocks you out and sweeps a low with the wick, and then it just runs without you, you know? You used to chase price every morning instead of waiting for the pullback entry. Yeah, not a good habit. If we're already like expanding, if there's a nice daily profile, like which there kind of isn't today, and if you look at the sessions, Asia is pretty much expanded. We're inside Asia still. If there's a nice daily profile and London formed the low of the day and starts to continue, right? Or maybe Asia formed the low of the day and London's already distributing higher for the day. Then you can just look to get on side in New York for a New York continuation, right? But we've swept these highs right here. I wouldn't mind a pullback to then go higher. Maybe candle to close you here in the 15-minute, but we'll see. This 30 minutes going to close here in 8.5 minutes. A new 15-minute here. And this looks like this looks like if I was a pattern trader, dude, and I was just going to pattern trade this thing, this looks like a decent short. Back into the range, right? Off this candle to closure, but I'm not pattern trading, obviously. I'm just looking for a trade setup that aligns with my bias. Because you have this imbalance here. You could just wick that and then go higher, right? We'll see how we open. Again, looks like YM's the weakest here. And Q's the strongest. ES. Not looking too bad either. ES is already hitting this 15-minute imbalance. As you can see. Because of that, you could even get SMT like right here. It goes higher. So, personally, I'm not looking to short, even though we have a closure here. Because it's against where you're already kind of expanding. Just higher. You know? It's against the trend. So much value in these calls. No worries. Good morning. Another all-time high incoming. I think we could get that on Friday for sure, depending on how we close today. Could we just push up to new all-time high off this imbalance today? Yeah. But generally, when you have long wicks like this, you don't have, you know, one-sided expansion, right? It's already been a move down. Now we're back up in the range. Generally, you don't see expansion candles that have long wicks, you know? Like usually the wicks put in, and then the next day is when you see the one-sided expansion with the small wicks. That's kind of what we're seeing here. Wick put in, next day small wick expansion. Wick put in, next day we'll get the small wick expansion to an all-time high if we close properly. So that's why I'm kind of just looking for a scalp to this high. And then it could just like chop around, you know? Or we get a tweet and it just runs. Or bomb drops. But in like a realistic scenario, that's kind of how it would play out. I always say when you hit like a higher time frame POI, you usually see the reaction in the following candle. You can call it the next day model. Let's brand it. The next day model. I mean, there's no wick yet on the weekly candle to the downside, but there is on ES. And there is on YM. Personally, I don't even think we're going to come back to this new week opening gap. If we get a nice closure here. We'll just leave that for later. Because that'll be a testament to how strong NQ is compared to the others. You know? There's SMT at this gap. I gotta get my car serviced. I've had it for almost a year. I got it in July last year. The 1-year service is coming up. I put 5,000 miles on it so far. I crossed 5,000 like this past weekend. $5,000 miles. What car do I have? Porsche GT4 RS. It's my daily. It's a nice grocery getter. We've been hovering around this 30K for a minute. You know? 30K. Right here. See? Don't be pattern trading. Don't be pattern trading these closures below. You be getting stopped out. You're fighting this trend. Like I said, you could have gotten it. You're probably going to get SMT here because ES already hitting that 15-minute imbalance right here. Where's NASDAQ heading, right? NASDAQ stronger. Don't be pattern trading now. Market's not even open yet, and you're already trying to pattern trade. Can't be doing that. Hey, Zach, wanted to ask how often do you pay yourself, like withdrawing your profit from your live account? Every month? Every month I reset it back to a certain number. So I'm not really risking like percent of my account anymore. I'm just risking fixed dollar amount. But every month just reset back to starting balance. So whatever the account's up that month, just take it out, pay myself, and reset it. That way, if some like black swan event does happen while I'm in a trade and the whole account gets wiped out because they suspended market orders or they, something happens, whatever, or maybe I blow up or, I'm going till whatever it is, the account gets lost, like all that money, I have reserves built up. At what point do you make it a higher balance? When I'm confident and the market's moving nice and like I'm in flow state, maybe I'll like run it up 1 month and only take a smaller amount out, instead of resetting it back all the way to the original number, or just let it ride, keep it in there that month. So if I have 100K in my account at the start of the month and I run it up to 150K, I usually withdraw the 50K and reset it back to 100. If I have 100K and I run it up to 170K, and let's say I'm like, okay, I'm confident, like let's just like pay myself 20K this month and keep 150K in there. Now I'm trading with 150K and I'll probably up my size a little bit, How many years have been trading for private funds the entire time? How much do you have in your live? That's for me to know and you did not find out. Like I said, I deleveraged at the beginning of this year, so it's actually not that much. Enough to risk 5K per trade, though. Comfortably. And not get margin called. Or lose it after taking a few L's in a row, All right, 9:30. I got about 20 bucks in my account. How much capital you usually trade to risk 5K? Depends on the margin requirements for your broker. Might just pump here. We get YM. Bro. Down to these lows. And YM is tanking, dude. Okay, well, these highs got hit. Okay. Right here. Wait, what the heck? We're open. Obviously longs on NQ if you're bullish. Shorts on YM if you're bearish. That's been the theme. And then really pretty much just stay away from ES because it's just going to chop on you. So you're sweeping out these daily lows here and here. About to hit this imbalance, if not already in it. On YM. ES giving you a pullback. NQ kind of just popping at the moment. The only time I like trading ES is when these are in sync. Right, if we're having up and down, then I don't like trading ES. But if we're up and we start to reverse here and everything's in sync, then you start to see ES move pretty nice. So that's like that's kind of how I judge what I'm going to trade. Did I order a new PC? Yeah, should be here on Saturday. Should be here Saturday. Oh, I got a new keyboard too. I'm trying to get new monitors. What monitors do you guys like? Because I'll be honest, I got this bitchin' ass of a rig. It's like $7,000 for the whole computer. 64 gigs of RAM, 5090 RTX graphics card. Like basically the best CPU you can buy in the world, like for gaming and whatnot. It's an AMD Ryzen 9, like 9950 X3D or some shit. I didn't get the X3D 2 because that's not going to help me with what I do. I'm not sitting here like quantum computing or whatever. But yeah, I basically got like the best PC you can buy at the moment. Which is I'm excited for because usually the computers I buy, I hold for like 10 years. That's what I've had. I built the current one I have now in 2016. It's 2026. So it's been 10 years. So I already know like when I get this thing and I get the new monitors, I'm also on a TN like 1440p panel, like 140 hertz refresh rate. Like it's an older panel back from like, I don't even know, 2014 maybe, or maybe a little 2016ish, 2020. But when I bought it, it was like $800. Now you can get like an OLED monitor for like $800. Insane. I know it's overkill for trading, but I want to get like, that's what I'm saying. I want a game on it. So I want to get like a decent monitor. I think I want to get a 32-inch. While we're sitting here watching these pullbacks. See, if we reverse off this now and we pull back here and get in sync, that'd be nice. But if we're just going to sell off, that would be atrocious. Am I going to get a curve screen? I thought about it, but honestly, I kind of just want to get... Yeah, I'm literally preparing for GTA 6, dead ass. The old setup I can't give away because I'm going to give it to my parents. They need it. Yeah, I have a wire connection. Here, I'll show you the monitor I'm thinking about getting. All right. So this is like an old, not older monitor. I like it because it has this dual mode. And it's clean looking. Right? 32-inch OLED. You can go 240 hertz at 4K. And it can do, where is it? 480 hertz at 1080p. So you can game like super competitive on it. It's 32 inches. I know the density of the pixels is going to be like kind of ass if you're on 1080p at 480 hertz on a 32-inch screen. But you can kind of push it back right away from you. And 1080p is like, renders what perfectly. It's like 4 times the size of 1080p, right? 4K is. So I was looking at that. I know it's a little bit older. We can get one of those for now. Or I have a 27-inch right now. That's what I'm saying. I could switch between like 4K, 240 hertz, and then when I want to actually compete on like Valorant or some like super esportsy game, if I want to play it, I have the option to be like 480 hertz at 1080p. And I can kind of put it on a mount and maybe move it away from my eyes a little bit more. It's not as bad. So I was thinking that, or I just get like, you know, one of the Asus like ROG monitors. But this is what I have right now, bro. You can't even buy it anymore. This was the shit back in the day. This current one I have is an IPS, just like TN panel, I think. 27-inch 1440p, 144 hertz. So we'll see. I kind of thought about getting that LG panel at first, and then I'm kind of like, there's so many options now. I just don't know what to do, what to get. Because, yeah, I want a big, like, screen. Good, nice, high-quality OLED. 32 inches, 27 inches is probably what I'm looking at. Then I'm going to turn this old monitor, the Zeus one I just showed you, like, this way. And have Discord on there. Or something. Maybe some charts. So far, we split this high, sold off a bit. This didn't look like a bad short if you were short biased right here. Off this imbalance. Close below it. This would be like a positional entry. You'd basically just enter right here at 930. Stop at the high. But like I said, I'm not entering right at 930 in this market. Especially when like these aren't really in sync, you know? Because it could have just popped at 930 and stopped you out just like Q did. Esteban says Xiaomi curve monitors are great. Yeah, I just don't know if I want like a ultra wide curved. I guess I could get that. I just don't know if that's good for gaming. Because I want to be able to game and trade on it. You know, I'm going to have my screens. So like, I could keep one of these monitors and have it just for extra charts or something. But like I said, I have a weird like, I'm in a position where I need like maybe 1 or 2 screens minimum. Obviously I need one. Where I need maybe 2 screens minimum or get an ultra wide. But I also want a game on it. So, and I want to have a high enough refresh rate. Because if I'm dropping like $7,000 on a PC with like Mac Daddy stats, like the best money can buy pretty much, then I want to be able to like run the high refresh rates on those games that allow it. you know? Am I going to spend all that money and not take advantage of it? So, like, I got a nice PC. I want to get a nice panel. There's no point in buying all that and just keeping my current monitors, especially when they're like 10 years old. There's plenty of like way better things. Ultra wides are suck for competitive gaming. Can't wait to lose money in 4K. Yeah. I can't wait to lose money in 4K on stream. I've been talking about screens for like 20 minutes straight. Focus on the charts. I am focused. What am I supposed to do? You want to sell down here? Where my stock going to go? Yeah, guys, I'm going to sell down here. There's nothing to do. I'm just waiting. Waiting for 10 o'clock. And like, look at the daily candle at the current moment in time. Focus on the screen so I can copy trade you. I was supposed to short ES. I was supposed to do anything. You can go stream and short ES at the open. I need a trade. Can you take a trade so I can pass my funded? Like I said, I'm interested in these down close candles right here. Let's see. Yeah, we have been talking about PCs. And the open is one of the most important parts of the stream, so I give it to you there. But like, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about computers if there was actually something to like execute on for my system. I'm just liking how YM's like really wicking these lows. If anything, you get a continuation lower on YM off this pullback. Let's talk about retard maxing. Some people be retard maxing in the charts. We got 37 likes on the stream. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. This is what we wanted, man. We wanted a pullback. Now I want a reversal to go higher off this daily imbalance. And now you kind of have these equalish highs, you know. Nice reaction off that low. I just don't know if we're going to reverse on this. Uh-oh, what did I just do? There's no real gap either. Is this these down close candles gonna hold? I mean, we're at almost 50% of the order block. It's kind of like the line in the sand until it probably takes this low out. So this needs to hold this upper half here. We've done what? We're almost immediately rebalanced on this range from here to the open, right? We've already rebalanced that. Oh, no, we haven't on the S yet. It's close, just like in Q. But it hasn't hit this high yet. So, let's see. Are we going to get a long setup? 9:45, new 15-minute candle. You got SMT down here. So we want a long strength. We're back at 30K. Ish. Look at this 15-minute close on YM there. She nice. But to confirm it, you're going to have to close above here. Then you'd probably get some like minor pullback. All right, so we just rebalance this. We got a tricky day, right? You have a sell off overnight. Expand back into the range. And now you're getting another sell off after sweeping this internal high. So is this just going to be a really deep retracement to go higher after 10 a.m.? Or are we actually selling off here to go lower? So I'm saying I'm bullish until proven bearish. Like we had an indecision candle here yesterday. Nothing's really convincing for shorts. Like we're kind of expecting maybe a pullback a little bit, but nothing that's like going to be sustained for days on days. We kind of just had one, swept a low, expanded higher. Don't you think the weekly candle will create a wick lower? It could. Does it need to? Like everyone's like screaming about? Not necessarily, because we've already done it on YM. We've already done it on ES and hit that new week opening gap right here, right? So like because of the strength we're seeing on NQ, it might not have to, right? It could just hit this imbalance and go higher and leave that low for later, you know? So it could happen. But like, am I demanding it before I look for longs? No. All right, so let's watch this new 15-minute candle. Just swept out this low off this POI, right? 50% of the order block. On the 1-minute chart. You'd want to see it reverse from here. I mean, shoot, we're in a deep discount, right? Right here. Everything's aligning. For a deep retracement to go higher, this is kind of just our final line in the sand. This OTE mixed with... Like if we close below 79, then we're probably just going to go for this low. Like personally, you could have maybe gotten a short off this. Stop at this high on the open here if you're bearish. But like I said, I'm not trying to fade my bias. So this, you can see we've hit this line like 1, 2. We're hitting it a third time here. Can maybe want to sweep a low before. But let's see. Let's see. I mean, YM is looking kind of strong now. Didn't get that closure yet to confirm this 15-minute closure. Just looking for something super obvious. Look at that. Swept that low. Nice reaction. If we start to get some expansion to the upside, I'll look for longs. You have SMT at these 15-minute lows now. See? Here and here. So like I said, we're at this order block mean threshold. Deep retracement that rebalanced this whole range, but we finally hit what? The last imbalance in this leg on a 30-minute. So filled all this in, tapped into the final imbalance before the low. You know, you're starting to see a reaction off that. So if it's going to turn, it should do it here. You see the SMTB marked out as well. DS. So now you got the closure. Confirmed it. I mean, shoot, ES is kind of looking... Now that everything's in sync. Remember I said I like trading ES when everything's in sync? You have the reversal off that low. We had the pullbacks here that we're starting to see a reversal to the upside with. SMT at the lows, right? So that's when I like to trade ES, is when everything's in sync now. Stick to our guns, man. We ain't trying to short. Let everyone get stuck chasing this. We're going to turn it back a notch. Swap this low out. Hit the 50% of that order block, right? This 1 hour order block. Bink. Immediate rebalance. Just a lot of confluence right here. You have OTE as well. We marked out. We came into. You know? Just a lot of confluence in that area. A low being swept. So now I'm pretty much looking for longs. A long entry. On like a 1 minute. Get my laptop. You heard? Just want to see some kind of continuation, right? But if we just sweep this high and then dump, like, come on. It's kind of annoying there's no imbalances in this leg. I mean, shoot, if this candle closes and then it wants to sell off, continue lower, then you could get a 5-minute entry here. Because what we do, we hit this imbalance, right? So this is now protected high if we're going to continue selling off. Imbalance here as well. But if we do something like this, close below the opening price, you could see a sell-off for sure. We could maybe get a 5-minute entry. Or hell, maybe even a 3-minute entry. To go short. Because it doesn't look like this thing wants to turn off this 15-minute low. There's no imbalances here to support price. It's pretty bearish looking 3-minute, pretty bearish looking 5-minute close. About to get an hourly candle too closer to the downside. I mean, really need to see how it holds right here. Just watching. But yeah, kind of a tricky day. I can kind of frame it both ways, you know? And that's like what you don't want. That's what you don't want to see. You want to see it like one-sided, like jumping off the chart at you. I could frame longs from down here. I could frame shorts. It's annoying how there's a super long wick and your stop's like 67 handles if you want to take that. Hoping we could get like a lower time frame entry or a tighter stop. If you were going to short. But it's trying to figure out what it wants to do down here. I mean, ES, YM. But it's pretty much knocked out both sides. Right, from this consolidation. Knocked out people here, knocked out people here. So maybe we'll get a move. We're about to get this closure here in the next 2 minutes. Just waiting for 10 a.m., man. Minute 30. Retesting this imbalance. We're still inside Asia. Yesterday's open has not been touched since 6 p.m. That's a pretty bullish close-ish on the 30-minute. You're not seeing that continuation, though, on this 15-minute higher, so. To the low. You didn't technically close back inside the range in the hourly here, but you did in the 30-minute. New hourly on yes. What's she want to do? 10 a.m. news. So I'm saying it's kind of, you can kind of frame it both ways. That's why I'm kind of just chilling, waiting for something obvious. Right now it's just driving back up to this run lower. Yeah, you had a candle 2 closure here on the 30-minute. Candle 2 closure here on the 15-minute. It's been, sweeping out. Like I said, we've swept out highs and lows here to knock people out. And we're back inside the range. I mean, yeah, it's looking pretty strong. I'm about to try something. Ugh. Up $36 on the funded. You're rich. I don't know. This kind of looks lethargic back into the range. You had expansion here with imbalances created. This kind of just looks like some back and forth action, which is characteristic of a retracement to head lower, Just being honest, objective on what I see. Whereas ES, you're kind of just seeing it spike up. Obviously, right now, ES is strongest off this initial move higher. You have SMT at these highs. You're hitting a 15-minute imbalance here. It's just 50-50, bro. Hanging out at 30K. There's SMT everywhere. Yo, what are we doing? Zachary? SMT Goblin. And if you're going to short the bodies here, it's 48 handles. Honestly, this 3-minute doesn't look half bad if we are going to sell off. Something like this. If we close below. But if we're just going to hang out here at 30K for the rest of the day, then not much to do. Like I said, we've knocked people out of this consolidation. You can see it better on ES. Took people out of the lows, came up, took out the highs, and then we kind of just back in the range. So it kind of looks like a little seek and destroy. I mean, this thing just whipsawing around. Not really a one-sided day, is it? When you have price action like this. Up and down and up and down. And we're looking for one-sided days. Like I said, on the daily right here, long wicks, not characteristic of a one-sided expansion day, right? Off this imbalance. So we could just chop. but it's still early in the morning. Three minutes not looking too bad. Technically, you can take this short because we swept out a high here. So we could look for a closure below here. Or something like this. We got to close below first. If one more person talks about weekly candle not having a wick, I'm just messing. I might go crazy. Dude, look at the S&T on every single high. What is going on? Someone screenshot that. S&T everywhere. Look at these closers. And queue up. She's fighting for his life. Trying to go higher. Just keep making higher highs here. But it's not super clean at all. Let's see how we react up this high. Still got 22 minutes in this 30-minute candle. Hanging out at 30K. Right here. Let's zoom out a bit. We've hit, right? These down close candles. Still respecting these bullish PD arrays at the moment. I like how we closed above the opening price here. Sorry, yeah. Closed above the opening price. We wicked it here again. So it's a pretty bullish closure, closing above the 50% of the previous 30-minute candle. So I think we could see this high, honestly. Taken out. We stopped at a low. Close above here. It's gonna play out. Off that higher time frame POI. Let's watch. You're about to get a new 15-minute candle here. So this would be a candle 3. Candle 4 is about to open up in the next 5. But I'm really just looking for a scalp. You're not really seeing a lot of like clean one-sided follow through. at all. It's really just like back and forth across the board. At this current moment in time. You clock on my crystal ball prediction for yesterday's price action? Talking about you popping tags. Who can name that song? You ain't pop shit. That's an old song. Talking about you popping tags. Oh, brother. What to do? The correct answer is nothing. Maybe I'll take a sip of water. Maybe that'll get the market hydrated and moving. Close my eyes and long. Magic 8 ball. I like that idea. Oh my gosh. Who tweeted? Yo. Who tweeted, dude? He said close your eyes and long. He wasn't joking. Bruh. Gotta love a 100 handle 1 minute candle here. 120 handles on this 1 minute candle. I don't see any news. It's not yet. Like, bro. Hit the order block. Go higher. I'm saying we've been bullish. Bullish bias. Didn't really get that short setup, right? Didn't get that continuation to short. So, hit that low. Just get a big old green dildo to the upside. Off this imbalance, this daily imbalance. My thing is locking up right now. Can't wait to get my new PC, dude. It's like freezing when I'm just trying to move the charts around. All right, well, our draw on liquidity got hit, right? Took a damn minute. I mean, if there's some like bullish news, then we can definitely blow past all-time highs again today. If it's gonna be one of those news days, this high definitely could get taken out. You know? So there's definitely still potential for trade. Yeah, imagine if you had like your stop like above this high. Yeah. Shoot, bro. Let's see, you get a little pullback now for some continuation. Your bot just went long up here. Back to 30K. Back down here. If the first trade is on the new PC is a loss, do you go back to the old one? Nah. Can't go back. Maybe in the new PC we'll win even more. Take dubs in 4K. Yeah. US-Iran deal pending Trump approval. 60-day ceasefire framework for nuclear talks. I'm trying to paste something in here. Okay. Yeah, look, this is the news. All right, well, new candle 4. On indices. Yeah, we swept this high, but if we're going to stay bullish, I mean, all-time highs right here. So, my eyes up. My eye kind of goes up here now. Maybe like the bodies as well on the hourly, but which the bodies, look at that. The bodies of this wick, right? Call it a rejection block if you want. Is what? The opening price of this 15-minute order block. So that's not a bad place. And it lines up with 2.5. So not a bad place to maybe take some off if we do get a trade. Would love a 3-minute tap into here, but if we're not going to get that, I mean, PC needs to load. 50 handle stop on a 1 minute. What are we doing? It needs to like, I don't know. I want it to sweep this low one more time. That's going to tap into this 3-minute imbalance. Same with ES. But if it's in a hurry, it might not. Like I said, I want this low swept. Create some new down close candles we can use to get long. Dude, he's definitely manipulating the market so he can make money, I feel like. Like, why don't they announce that shit earlier before the market opens? Because I swear this news only comes out middle of the market, every morning. Like, why don't they announce that shit in Asia when Iran is awake? Why's it got to be when we're trading? Yeah, this looks like consolidation now after hitting this high. I want to see it take the slow out. A little something like this. and go long. Come on down. Little 3-minute imbalance there. I am the market maker. But yeah, you want to see this low swept and basically kind of immediately come back in the range. You know? Asking you shall receive. Dunzo. The low is 105. The low is 105. So it swept it by 3 ticks. Right here. Asking you shall receive. Also hit it. This is also a 5-minute imbalance that it just hit. So like that. You're halfway through this 15-minute candle though. It needs to turn like now if this candle is going to remain small wick, thick boy body. It pretty much needs to turn like right now and close above here. Or this candle closes bearish. We get another 15-minute candle here that sweeps this low and then immediately runs. That could happen as well off this imbalance, you know, when it forms. Big brain. But if it just rolls over here, it doesn't close back above. I mean, this stop is huge now. Just crazy. Tricky day, dude. When they're dropping tweets and the price action is just kind of all over the place, whipsaw back and forth, knocks everybody out. You can frame it 50-50. And we had a bullish bias, right? Just couldn't really get on side with it up to these highs like we wanted. There was no real entry for me that I liked. And all of a sudden, you get there off a tweet. And we're back inside the range. Look at YM hourly. Garbage. Look at the daily, dude. It's like barcoding on the daily. I think tomorrow might be our best bet for a long if it closes bullish. But even the hourly right now, we're halfway through the hourly candle, about to get a new 30-minute candle in 5 minutes. Back in this range. See, we didn't close back inside this low. We closed below. Not a good sign. We also closed below 50% here. Doesn't look like this 15-minute candle is going to be an expansion candle. You got your TP hit with that giant candle. I mean, it looked like it was kind of chugging along there. And then they dropped the tweet. Could have been bad news, and then the exact same thing could have happened. I wouldn't call it luck. The structure was there, you know. Closure was there. I swear the market kind of like knows before they're going to tweet that shit. And it kind of was showing some signs, right? And then spike. But we're just hanging out at the open, the daily open for the most part. Right here. Daily candle open. Just hanging out. Can we get a trade? mean, there's 10 a.m. right here. I wouldn't mind like a deeper run off this new 15-minute candle. Sweep the slow out, then get long. Ho ho ho. You know? In the next 3 minutes. We'll see. Could just want to run here. I mean, 3 minutes looking good though. Imbalance holding up. I'm just not gonna get in with a 100 handle stop. Sorry. That's why I want a deeper run to put in some like a way tighter stop, you know, down here. How do I like the TradeZilla AI? Haven't messed with it. Be cool if there's a way to set up. I know it's got like auto sentiment. You can go in and look at it. You kind of have to train it though, I think, to think the way you trade. I haven't really looked at it too hard. I'll check it out though. I think AI definitely has potential to like help traders out. It just needs to be actually helpful and not some kind of gimmick, you know? Not gimmicky. Told you to quit trading. Said give it up, buddy. We're moving kind of nice now. Like, can we get some, like, what's the volume at? We're at 50%-ish. Not bad. For the past 20 days. Volume on that tweet. Back down. Like I said, I wouldn't mind another sweep of this low. But let's see how this new 15-minute candle does. This is just an inside bar at the current moment. Inside the previous candle. Does it sweep the high or the low? So that's kind of why you see this consolidation, right? New 15-minute candle in 30 seconds, 20 seconds. And we have nice targets to the upside here, targets to the downside. But obviously, I prefer a long. Yeah, it came down to hit this opening price. Let's see, huh? I mean, YM. Still kind of just like flagging. 15-minute imbalance at the low. And we got, is it going higher or lower? Personally, I think it's going higher. It's just, can we get an entry, please? That makes sense. We hit the ADR for the day? 100%. We hit it earlier off the drop. Like, here's ADR. We blew past it in Asia. Back in at daily open. So, here's the daily candle right here. Hit this imbalance. Like, you had the nice candle closure on the 15-minute down here. This low. The only real entry I see would have been off this sweep. And you take it long, like right here. But at that point in time, it felt 50-50, right? We really didn't know what it wanted to do. And now it's kind of, once we see this move here, I want to see how it behaves up here at this high. But this move has gotten me even more bullish, right? But ES kind of looks like it wants this low. And if we get SMT there at that low, or a lower low, then we can maybe look for a long on NQ. YM doing its own thing. But you do have these highs, kind of equal. So sometimes it just comes down to waiting for like ES to get ready and present. You know, maybe this wants to sweep a low. We'll have SMT off the strength and we can go long. But like, look, it's just kind of chop, pop, chop. Chop, pop of a tweet, chop. $10.30. And you got a candle, what, 3 closure here on NQ? Maybe we can get a little 3-minute entry here. Off some SMT at this low. Candle 3 closure and an imbalance. Oh, shoot, it looks like ES made a new all-time high on that pump there. Let's see, this low's been hit now. Right, 15-minute imbalance being hit. I'd like to see SMT here. I mean, just long on NQ off a closure above. Fractal model just power at 3. Fractal model is just aligning the phases of price, right? You're aligning expansion across multiple time frames, and that's when you get the quick one-sided moves. That's all it is. And you do that by, and it's all based around the market can't reverse without first forming a swing point, right? So you let the swing kind of form, you anticipate it to form, you trade the continuation off of it. And it's mechanical based on the candle closures and whatnot. I might go long off this. Not I might, I will. If we have SMT. And it holds. You know? Shoot, still 45 handles. Fix 2R. SMT here at this gap. See? I mean, YM does not look like it wants to reverse at all. It looks like it wants to retrace that entire move. The entire pop. This thing needs to close like pretty soon above here. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be consolidation, right? And we'll sweep this low. So it needs to close like this candle or the next. I'm about to get my limit or my order ready. I'll let you know if I get in. For those who are new, I'm executing on my laptop because my PC can't handle market ordering in while streaming. But we can switch over and manage it here on the big screen. Let's get a 20K trade. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to up the size, but the market keeps being ass. Like, there's no point. I don't have the confidence to increase the size if the market's not behaving. Yeah, see, it's not looking good anymore. Yeah, we hit this high. Kind of just consolidating now. What's the 3-minute? This thing is all over the place. That's the thing, like with this method of trading, right? We're trading continuations. We need to see follow through on these candle swing points forming and these candles closing. We need to see follow through. So if you're just in a ranging market or it's just whipsawing back and forth on you, like there's no follow through off those closures. So we don't get entries, right? Or if we do get entries, they fail. So it's not a ranging market model. It's a pretty much a trending market model. The problem is when the trending moves, the expansions are happening overnight, you came in and then we just chop in the morning, you still don't get setups, you know? So but yeah, just consolidating at this point. I don't know, man. I got a feeling we might get a little entry. We're about to get another inside bar here on the 15-minute. So just consolidating, right? We'll see. Can we get another tweet? Yes, might give a decent setup though. Honestly, this NQ, there's SMT here. You have a candle. How many handles is this? It's like I want to like do this. Like I want to take this, you know. Might take that, honestly. SMT at these lows. Trading candle 4 here. Higher. She's got to close above. Which it doesn't look like it wants to at the moment. Nope. See? Can't enter. I had it ready. I had it ready. It's just wicking that opening price. Right here. Now I'll probably go for this low. Because it just looks like consolidation now. I am being patient. Faces a price. After expansion, what do you get? You can get consolidation or retracement. At a consolidation, what do you get? Expansion. So, just trying to capture that. What happens is people chase these moves. They chase these large ranges only to be caught in small ranges. I'm trying to catch the move out of the small range. Consolidation is probably the easiest condition to trade once you know what to look for, right? I wouldn't mind like sweeping something to go higher. I mean, we have, this looks like consolidation, retracement kind of move for next leg. Honestly, like, this looks pretty decent. I mean, yeah, we hit all-time highs, but we could go put it in a new one. See how we swept these lows? Same thing we want to see. Sweep some lows to go higher. I feel more good about longing up here if everything was in sync, right? But, I mean, we're going to hit the closure now. I'm about to execute this. I'd like it to come back lower, though. It's only a 1.5 to that high. I'm waiting. I'll let you know if I get in. I honestly like a limit. I want to see it come back and hit that opening price. If it just runs, like even if I got in right here on the open, that's like a 1.5 R. Like I need 2 R minimum. So we'll see. It might hit this high and, you know, come back down. I mean, look at the 30 minute. Rebalance this range here. Shouldn't return back here if this is going to expand now. To this low. Shouldn't return back here. We're halfway through this 30-minute candle. If we come back to the opening price, I'm going to hop in on the limit. Literally right here. I got my limit in the market right here on this opening price of the 30-minute. Looks like YM wants to kind of get popping. Okay. Come tag me in. No more tweets, please. Let's just ride that good news. Okay, I'm in. Let's see. Stop at this low. I'm in for 6 contracts. Risking 4,800. We made 8 grand on Monday or Tuesday, I guess it was. So we're in. You probably heard it execute. Let's see. Are we going to hold or get chopped? That is the question. Anybody in this with me? Got SMT down here. Right. I want to see this low hold off the SMT. I like how we already immediately rebalanced this range here too. So that kind of helps our case. I'm saying I'm not gonna chase that. I'm gonna get in at my price. So let me log in here on the desktop. Yeah. Gotta log in real quick. We're in. She is lagging, bro. I need a new PC. Look, got in that limit. Okay. Get these project orders out of here, dude. Got like a 40 handle stop. Looking for like a fixed 2R. We're not going to hold all the way up here. Are we going to get chopped to bits? Or is it going to play out? That is the question. 5 minute, not looking too bad. Just kind of digging down into these down close candles. I like a move, right? We kind of have equal highs up here. So we really want to monitor if we do pop up here, how we react at this high. Makes sense? But we have 10 minutes left in this 30-minute candle. And then it'll be a new hourly candle. All right. I want to kind of see it expand sooner than later. Because if you think about it, on the hourly, right? There's our win from what day is that? Tuesday? You can see. I went from Tuesday right here. And then see where my stop is though? It's at the high of this candle. So if the new 1 hour wants to come down and immediately rebalance that, it's gonna get close to our stop, right? I want to kind of see it just this thing start to expand. But maybe I got bamboozled. Only time will tell. If we all buy at once, it'll push the market higher, right? YM's looking a little bullish. Check out YM. Can we not be opposites for once? Or get another war is over tweet? You know? I gotta check something real quick. Make sure I don't have multiple orders overlapping. All right, we're good. Sometimes it likes to stack orders. So this is actually 12 cells versus 6 like I want. It's crazy. Like, usually I don't look at the money. I have it just turned off. Obviously, I have it on here for you guys and social media, but it's just funny to see. Like, it's barely even moved. I'm up like $1,000. It's stupid. Come on, Bessie. Let's get that high. It looks like it wants to maybe move a bit on ES. ES kind of starting to move. All right, here's ES. Off this T-spot, right? That held. So ES is in a candle 4. We're also in a candle 4 here on NQ. Let's see. We want to monitor this high. So far, so good. We were patient. Didn't chase it up here. Let it come back to our limit. Remember, this high is the rejection block. It's also a 15-minute order block opening price. Sorry, so this line right here. But a fixed 2R is what? Right here? So we'll take some off there. For sure. We'll take like 4 off and hold 2 for as runners if we want to kind of think about it, right? Expansion. We had a reversal, right? Expansion met with expansion higher. Retracement / kind of consolidation. Now we want to see expansion higher again. Cuzzy. Also like these orders are bothering me. $107.50, 65.25. There we go. Now they're OCO. Order cancels order. Don't worry about it. Very good trade and much better explanation. Appreciate it. It's a little sluggish, but we want the expansion out of this consolidation, so I liked how we hit this high, came down and respected this imbalance and came back up. Like that was kind of a good sign, right? That this should continue higher. And we've been what? Bullish this entire time, looking for longs. We just had to wait for the lower time frames to align with the higher time frames, and that's when you get those one-sided moves. Obviously, we're not anywhere near TP yet, but it's chugging along. Again, we want to monitor this high. I would hate to hit that high and reverse down off of it. Don't want to see this, you know. Would love to see something like this. Close up above it, retest it, some kind of, you know, bullish array, or just retest the high, then move higher. Like, that's what we want to see. Don't want to see it just come back in the range. Ragnarok says, thank you for all the effort you put into teaching us and sharing your market thoughts. You've been showing us how to trade T-Trade's fractal model and helping us see the bigger picture. I really appreciate it. No problem, bro. About to tag this high. If you want to support me, obviously these streams are free. The Discord's free. If you want to support me, just use code FVG on Lucid, Apex, Tradeify. That'd be a way to give back. Share the stream with your friends too. Like I said, I'm in here every single day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. hanging out with you guys. So if you enjoy the stream, drop a like. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. You'll get notified when I go live in the future. Yeah, just on here to kind of just documenting what I do every day. So we're retesting this. Did we even hit that high? 8650. No, we haven't even hit this high yet. So now I'm kind of just watching the opening price of this down close candle right here. We've now hit the tiny little. All right, this is kind of getting annoying. This little tiny imbalance right here. You can see it where my red dot is. You could want to tag that too. But that's why I'm not being super aggressive with the stop. Technically, this low is not protected, so I'm not going to put my stop there either. We're about to get a new hourly candle. So let's see what this new hourly does. This is going to be an inside bar if we don't hit this high. Personally, I want to see this 30-minute close above this high. But that's like best case scenario. Like I said, my stop is at where? My stop is at this candle's high. So if it wants to come down to immediate rebalance, then go higher, it might stop us out, right? We don't want that. I want to see. Let's see if we can get a closure above. We got 45 seconds. Just took the high out. Let's get a little breakout. Let's get a tweet. Do I only trade the New York session? Pretty much, yeah. I corrected the mistake you had in executing the fractal model. Which mistake was that? What indicator is that? Wick day too large for expansion? Could be. That's kind of why I'm being not greedy. Just trying to get a 2R off the continuation. All right. Not a bad close there. We closed right at the high. New hourly candle here. Want to see it just kind of create a little tiny wick. Go on a 5-minute, you can see. What is this? New hourly candle. Don't want to see it come back down to the immediate rebalance. You know? Kind of just want to see it create a small wick and just run. Which is kind of what we're getting. So let's go ahead and put our 29, 25. We're going to sell 4 there. All right. For 2R. I'm going to go ahead and go break even now. So risk free. Break even trade. I'm up $7 grand right now. Do I trade props for personal or strictly personal? Right now it's strictly personal, but I kind of want to explore that new Apex 5, the 5 packs they just dropped. You can get like 5 accounts for cheaper. It's like an extra 10, 50% off. And I just want to copy trade like 20 Apex with this personal account. I need to talk to some friends who do that and see if they enjoy it, see if it's worth it. Or if they're just like, you know what, man, like you already have a bunch of personal capital, just dump that money in size super heavy instead. Because like I reduced size, I deleveraged earlier this year. So I can pump some more money back in, right? Patience, self-control, you're the best. I appreciate it. Yes, looks like it wants its high. We have SMT at this high right now. I think we're going to get TP here. For a nice little 2R. And we'll hold some runners for that rejection block. YM's looking a little perky. Hope I didn't jinx it saying I think we're going to get it. But it's risk-free now. You know? Nothing really to really stress about. Let's see. Can you take me higher? Take me higher. Day trading ASMR. I'm up like 9 grand right now. About to hit 2R. Lich. Brother, you are a great teacher. Show patience and why you're framing certain moves. Appreciate it. Let's see this 3-minute candle take out this previous high. Oh my gosh, you're gonna edge max me? It's a handle away. Don't edge max. That would be brutal if it came down. One minute. Boom. 2R. Stack it in the win column. I want to see how this candle closes now. Bought 6 here on our limit. We were patient. Let it come back down. Stop at the low. Didn't chase it. Sat through the patience, right? The chop. Remember, expansion, consolidation. You get expansion out of that. So now we're just holding some runners for like, what is this? 2.88, like basically a 3R. So our average would probably be around like 2.3 on the trade. 2.2. If it plays out. I could maybe aggressively like trail on the 1 minute, but I don't feel like doing that. We could reduce some risk though to like the 15-minute candle low, right? The new 15-minute candle low. If it's going to keep expanding, we want to see this thing not create an upper wick on this 15 minutes. So we'll reduce some risk, lock in like another 1300. Another PC in the bag. Just pay for the PC. I can get some monitors now. But yeah, ES still hasn't taken its high. This high right here has not been taken out in ES. So we got some room. I just don't feel like aggressively trailing like on these lows. If we had a protected low, maybe. Maybe I'll start doing it once ES takes that high out, huh? How about that? That might be the move. You know? Start aggressively trailing. In fact, I'm going to turn on one-click trading so I can trail. Masterclass. Just documenting what I do every day. I mean, you guys have been here for months. For those of you who've been tuning in, market's been pretty tough, but if you just stay patient and stick to your guns, right? Stick to your bias and let the time frames kind of align. That's what the fractal model is all about. But we were patient. She's grinding. Praying for a clean summer? I hope so. I mean, where do I start trailing this thing if we hit the high? Like this 1 minute low? 2R is basically right here. I could, you know, I guess. The high has not been hit on ES yet. It's still pending. I wouldn't mind putting in a little swing low that I could trail to. And you got a little 3-minute imbalance here we could tap into. Right here. And then go higher. So we've already taken some off, locked in some profit. How much I made this month? I have to go look. Don't worry, when we get the new PC up and running, it's game over. It's game over. Come on, baby. I'll trail this low. If we can pierce that high. What's that low? 22.75? We'll lock in another another around 2R. Just had to be patient, man. Technically this low's protected on the 1 minute, but it's a new we haven't hit that high yet on ES, so I'm not gonna trail yet. There's also that 3-minute imbalance right there that is yet to be tapped into by either asset, so I'm just chilling. I like where my stop's at now, though. Honestly, I could have just taken all off for 2R. I still can. It's right at 2R. But I think it's fun to kind of just hold partials. Squeeze some extra juice out of the lemon. Maybe in a day like this where it's kind of tricky, maybe we just go for straight 2R, but I'm willing to kind of just let it ride the last 2 contracts. Hitting this 3-minute imbalance here, so let's see how that reacts. Do I game? How much is the new PC? It was like $8,000 with tax. 8,000. It's gonna last me forever though. Like that's why I got it. The PC I have now is 10 years old, so I'm hoping this new PC will be another 10 years old. I probably paid a premium because I bought it pre-built. Also, like RAM is out the ass expensive right now because of AI. Graphics cards are expensive. I got basically the best you could get, minus like the CPU. The CPU is like the second best you could get, I guess. But yeah, it's a write-off. It's for trading. It's for my trading business, my streaming business. So basically, if we make $8,000 on this trade, let's go 3-minute imbalance hit. Go higher now. Basically, I get to write off my last trade. we get to write off Tuesday's win, and now we're coming back with another win this week. So we're 2 for 2. We almost went 3 for 3. Yesterday we didn't get filled on that short, but it played out. All right, now there's a 5-minute imbalance here. I think I want to tap into. Looks like ES is already inside that. Here's the high that hasn't been hit yet on ES. Just being kind of cautious because I don't want to give back too much. All right, ES is in that 5-minute imbalance. So is YM. The pre-treat trade, yeah, like unless you were just positioned in here long and like kind of trading the chop, like I wasn't gonna catch that. We waited for the consolidation and we waited for signs with S&T to get long out of that. So just trading the phases of price. Expansion, consolidation, expansion, right? Today's just kind of a trickier day because the daily profile isn't really like high probability, you know? It's not very one-sided. But good gosh, can we get some volume, bro? The volume is dying. She dead. Dead in the water up here. Are we gonna chop again? We gotta, if you guys are enjoying the stream though, drop a like while we sit here and wait. We're gonna do a giveaway after this. Before we end the stream, we're gonna do a giveaway. Give away one of these indicators. But yeah, we were just trading what? A candle 4 on the 30-minute. Now we're in a candle 5 here. So we could get a new phase of price technically, which we don't want. Kind of seeing it already, a little consolidation, but I like how we put in a small wick and kind of immediately popped. So could keep expanding. Just kind of chilling out at the current moment. You have SMT at these lows right here with ES. Equal highs above. I think we could maybe at least another push. But ES take those highs out. That would be nice. But we're chilling, man. We took partials. Took like what? 75% off? I don't know. What's 4 of 6? I didn't like math in school. What percentage is that? 4 divided by 6 times 100. Is that what it is? Also, is my chat frozen? Or is everyone just super locked in on their trade? No one's chatting anymore. Iran USD reportedly blocked at top levels. Oh, that's old news. Fake news. 67%. Yes, we're out like 70% off. Holding the remaining 2. All right. Let's go higher now. New 5-minute candle. New 15-minute candle. I don't like the 15-minute on ES. Look at that. That wick. We retested the -2. Retested the all-time highs. I don't really like that. You have SMT at the all-time highs now. Sketchy. But it's all right. We'll let it ride. If we just reverse here, that just goes to show you what kind of day it is. Swooping out this low right here. And our stop is a what? A tiny 15-minute imbalance right here. Personally, would like to see it respect 50% of this candle. See? We just sold down into that. This dotted line here. Swept out a low. Let's see if we can close above these down close candles, right? That's best case scenario. Put in a new projected low. Small wick on the 15-minute to keep expanding. Marco says, it is really great being in the market with you daily, brother. Hearing you read price action and keep your composure, allowing others to see what consistent behavior brings is being pure gold. Thank you. Appreciate it, Marco. Marco and I worked one-on-one together beginning of this year. Trading. He's working on his trading. Kind of sharing what I know. And it's cool to see him in the streams. I think Noreen was in here as well earlier. Or yesterday. Worked with her one-on-one as well. A few other people. But it's cool to have some like people I used to work with here in the stream now watching as well. Let's go. Next leg. This looks like a little retracement consolidation for more expansion. 5-minute ES is looking good off this imbalance. We hit this 5-minute imbalance on NQ. Is it time? Let's monitor this high. I want to close above that. Just like we closed above it here. I could move stop here. I'm going to wait for this 5-minute closure. See how this 5-minute closes before I do that. I could move stop here. But like I said, I'm waiting for this 5-minute closure. I want to see a 5-minute close above here. You know? Then I'll do that. Just kind of trying to align the time frames and the closures. Little 1-minute imbalance we just tapped into on this candle. Hit the opening price of this candle. These candles, right? I want to see it higher. Still holding. What's the reason for this target? This is a rejection block. Look. It's the high of these wicks. The body high. These long wicks. So it could hit that and dump. So I'm kind of just targeting that to get out. Or a tick below it, actually. God, YM is not wanting to reverse. I got 30 seconds on this 5-minute candle. Let's see how it closes. This king is so calm, he make trading look easy. Just reps. Just being comfortable with the system, like knowing what I want to see, what I don't. Are we going to get the closure? We are not. Damn. 3-minute? 1 minute? I mean, if we hit this high, I might just go below that low. How about that? If we take this high out, I'll just put stop here. Because I don't want to see it hit the high, then roll. You know? That's the play. Break even, or sorry, reduce some more risk at this high. I could even do it right now, honestly. It kind of feels like it's stalling out. Why I'm in a controlled sell-off. Like the fact that this 5-minute didn't close above kind of wicked it. We're still in consolidation. 3-minute looks kind of ugly. We're respecting this 1-minute gap though. I think I'm gonna reduce some risk here in a second. I want to see how this 1-minute candle behaves. We're already halfway through this 15-minute candle. The low is 29. 209.25. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reduce some risk. If it wants to come, like I said, this looks like, you know, wick put in on this new 15-minute. If it's going to expand, we want to see a small wick. Don't want to see it close below 50% of the previous candle. Want to see the body trade higher, right? So I'm comfortable with the stop being at this wick. We want it to already be put in if this candle is going to expand, right? So I am reducing some risk. The low is what? 29.25. So I locked in another $1,000. It was $1,300. Now I've locked in $2,500. We're about to hit this high, so let's see. Trying to squeeze another 4,600 out of the trade. 4,700 at this rejection block. Want to see it close above this high. Yeah, and we're trading strength, right? That's why it's important to choose the right asset. Like I can turn on like money. There you go. Now you can see how much I'm locking in. Can ES get this high? Equal highs on ES, dude. Look at these. We got to hit. If we push on ES, we're going to push on NQ. All the copy traders are happy today. Where's my entry? I need entry for my funded account. No, it's all good fun. I know people on here come to learn. There's plenty of people on here probably just want to copy trade, which I don't advise, right? Look, we're hitting this high now. Don't want to see it come back inside the range, right? We've swept this 15-minute high. You have SMT at these highs as well with ES right now. So I'm glad we moved stop, because if it rolls, instead of getting stopped out down here, we're getting stopped out right here. Locked in some more profit. Which is basically like, I don't know. What's the R on that if I got stopped out that low? Like a 1.5. So the average will probably be like 1.75 on the trade if we get stopped out. Or 1.8, 1.9. Which ain't half bad. Do I go to the gym every day? No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I went yesterday and Tuesday though, this week, because of Memorial Day. I didn't go to the gym on Memorial Day. I rode jet skis instead. That was a workout. Jay Solar says, great trade today, bro. Appreciate it. Hold on. I think we'll hit TP if we can get 100 likes. We got 90 right now. If we got 100 likes, we might get a tweet. This thing's been a grinder, though. We got the expansion. We kind of got this retracement, kind of consolidation look going on. We're in 3 minute, 5 minutes looking pretty good. You just got to be patient in this 5 minute. Zoom out, see. Imbalance hit. Taking its time. Here we go. ES wants its highs. ES wants new all-time high. It's going to line up with our rejection block exit. No more tweets. I might trill stop to this low. Yeah. Lock in some more money. Put it right there. Come on, baby. So close. Look at ES got a triple top. Carpintero. Boom. Final TP hit. We out this bitch. Time to go ride jet skis. 2R here. Basically a 3R here. 2.8, 2.9. How about that? Let's see how much we made. Take a picture. That's picture perfect. Didn't chase. Wrote it higher. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, expansion. Just riding the wave. Stuck to our guns. Giveaway time. Trailed it properly too. Didn't really jam it. Waited for some swings to form. Partialed out. Didn't get greedy, right? Took majority off. 70% off at 2R. The rest at 3R. But we hit that rejection block. It could keep running higher. The next POI would be CE of this rejection block here. This would be my next target. It would be red line, then the high. All-time highs. Check it out. Our trade from Tuesday, our winner from Tuesday. And then our winner from today. Just waited for a clear one-sided like price action to form. All it took was a tweet. And then we got on side. Like nothing too crazy. It just took a damn minute. You got to be patient. So, bang. 3-minute entry with SMT at these lows. Let's do, yeah, my next target will be this red line. And like the -1 is kind of like right here around it. So, total profit, let's look. Ooh, y'all are going to like this one. 11 bands. Bang. 11 grand. Steak dinner. Let's go buy another PC. I should have gotten the Mac Daddy CPU. Why'd I get second best? But yeah, $11,160. Let's go put a down payment on a house. I'm done buying cars. Let's buy houses. All right. Giveaway keyword is TP. Let me set it up though. It's not set up yet. TP. All right, it's live. That's someone's monthly salary? Exactly. And we made it, we basically got full TP. We made it in 39 minutes. But we'll do a trade recap on this one as well. I'll record it after I get some lunch and we'll upload it this afternoon. But giveaway, we're running. If you type TP, you're in. Maybe type it twice just to make sure. Stream Elements, get out of here. Get out of here, Stream Elements. You don't get to win. But we'll end the giveaway in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. But yeah, just quick little breakdown. We'll recap it. I'm going to do a recap later as well. But tricky open. Kind of just sat through it. Had that tweet, right? And we marked out that 1 hour mean threshold of the order block. We reversed off that. Had swept a low out as well. It was an OTE from this low, from high to low. OTE down here. Nice reversal off that. So we had expansion met with expansion. Formed a bullish PD array here. Discount array. Swept, came into it. Respected it. And started kind of consolidating a bit. And had SMT right here. So I wanted a long strength. We've identified strength in NQ. Had SMT there. Said, all right, this low should stay protected. Right? With SMT. If we're going to close above. And we wicked it originally. I pulled my order. Waited for the new candle. Closed above. And that's when I just market order or put my limit in for the opening price. And got tagged in here for 6 contracts. Stop at the low. It held, right? And we just read it up to fix 2R. And then took the remaining 2 off at basically 2.9R, 3R. So, easy dub. Just had to be patient. The hardest part was waiting. Waiting through all that BS and, whipsaw action. But we stuck to our guns, right? We stuck to our bullish buys. And the giveaways for this indicator. A month free. $5 figures on the day. I'm going to go make some lunch. But let's run it. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Lucas Greasy. Luca Grease. I'm not trying to say that. Luca Greasy. You are the winner. So DM me on Discord. By the way, if you guys aren't on the Discord yet, it's free. It's pinned in the chat. There's also a link in the description below this video. You can join there. We got giveaways running in there. You can hang out with me outside the market. Also kind of just put some educational stuff in there as well. But Luca Greasy. DM me on Discord. And if you're not in the Discord, you're messing up. But if you don't have Discord, let me know if you're going to reach out to me on Instagram or X. All right. And if he doesn't reach out, we're just going to give it away in the Discord instead. But you need to reach out to me on social media or Discord. And I'll get you your code for 1 month free of the indicator. But yeah, next TP would be this red line. Or just a fixed R multiple. Whatever you're comfortable with, It's up to you. Your trade now. But that's the stream, guys. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Zach. Go live 9 a.m. every day. Just documenting what I do every morning, and then make sure you drop a subscribe, drop a like, helps me out. And if you want to give back, all you got to do is just use code FVG at Apex, Tradeify, or Lucid, and we do giveaways on those as well. So I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Peace out. Trade recap coming later this afternoon.